Mark, let's talk about the work you do with clients, because over the years, I think the ad and marketing industry was known for putting a positive spin on events and trying to market an image a certain way. But you've moved a long way from that, trying to bring purpose now into the C-suite, even with the clients. Do you ever see a day down the track where you would just refuse to work with polluters?
Well, look, I think we want to work with clients that share our values. There are tough issues in society, climate change, the energy transition. But I do think that those companies that lead into these transitions, even the big energy companies, are trying to do the right thing. And I think so long as we communicate, fairly and accurately what we're doing, what they're doing, they should have the right to talk about it. People that make change should be able to communicate that and be rewarded. Those that don't and don't share our values, I would expect us not to work with them. So I think the companies have the right to, talk about what they're doing, and that's really what we're trying to support them for. Now, in today's social media world, greenwashing, and I think that's the right name for it, is, increasingly difficult. Absolutely not something we would support in any way.
Mark, can I ask you now about what you're seeing in terms of advertising trends as the consumer confidence improves and economies reopen? How are your clients reacting?
Well, look, I think the last few months, if you look at paid media advertising, have been probably the strongest advertising recovery in history. Group M, we just upgraded our ad spend forecast for 2021 from 12% in December to 19% now for the year. A lot of that growth is being driven by digital, but the growth is pretty much across the board. TV advertising is growing extremely strongly here. ITV is having a really strong bounce back, supported by the Euros, but also supported by growing consumer confidence. And I think what we're seeing is, those companies like FMCG companies, telcos, healthcare, technology that sort of spent through COVID are continuing their spend. Those companies in retail and auto perhaps paused their spend are coming back. We still see a pause in travel and tourism for obvious reasons. And I think those sectors, are understandably very challenged. And I really do hope that we can get travel back much closer to normal soon. But I think that net, it bodes for a very strong recovery into the second half of the year, continue in 2022 as other parts of the economy open up. And that pattern's being really seen around the world. You could talk about the strength in the US, but actually our business in Brazil has held up really strongly. Even India is coming back after a pretty challenging few months. So I'd say we're seeing a strong global recovery now. The concern obviously is inflation, both in terms of input prices and labor costs. And I think, we're seeing some of that. And so it's going to be, a tricky way to navigate. And obviously, we're concerned like other people about, the variants, because, we see in the UK, we seem to go 2 steps forward, 1 step back. My sense, and a personal sense, is that the vaccinations appear to be holding and will hold. So I think that bodes for a strong second half and a strong 2022.